Feel bad? 10 seconds. Why did she say this to me? Because her perspective released.
Oh man. Oh, look at this woman right here. She was like shaking her head like, woo! Yeah, dude. Nice.
We've been looking for a female teacher for too long.
Too long.
And people have sent us some. And now we're going to listen to one.
It's time. Give us more.
Give us more.
That's the only thing you need to remember from this episode. Give us more female teachers.
Maybe not the only thing. We'll find out.
Nope.
Okay. This is BK Shivani. And today she's talking about keeping the mind stable during chaos. Relatable subject.
No.
Let's go.
Yes.
I am the creator of my every thought and feeling. Let's say this n number of times during the day. Every time my mind says, I'm feeling like this because of, sit back and say, no. Who's the creator of the thought and feeling? I. Do I have a choice? Yes. What should I create? Choose. Choose.
Whoa. See, we just came out of a talk by Rupert Spira.
Rupert.
And he was talking about where your thoughts come from.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't say what created the thought.
You didn't really get to that spot with it.
But it's almost like this is becoming an extension of that lesson or something.
No, exactly. Exactly.
It's
yeah,
like, here's
yeah,
the next piece.
Yeah.
I like this practice though. This is taking life like that.
No,
Being
that's
like,
so good. That's so good. It's just like,
responsible.
it's just like what the other people do. They just empower you. She's empowering you because that happens so often when you're stuck in it. I'm stuck in it. And you come up with a reason that you're stuck in it. I'm feeling X because even when you're feeling great, you
can't just feel great.
I'm laughing because you made a joke.
That's one where recently when someone laughs, the first reaction you have is to ask why are you laughing?
Yes.
Like, what's funny?
Yeah.
And you're like excited. You're like, what's funny?
Right.
Recently I've just not been asking.
Me too. Yeah. But it's
you can laugh.
right.
I don't care what you're laughing at.
But that only can happen. That's been happening a lot. You'll be like, I'm finishing my point. Mitch has a point. But that can only happen once you realize that there can be things that are funny, more funny than any joke that someone could say, or any situation, because you and I have both recently experienced the big giggle.
The
if
universal
you've experienced
joke.
it, you know what the big giggle is. And
that the giggle comes from your perception.
Yeah.
So maybe someone else is perceiving something that makes them giggle, and you can't perceive it.
Right.
But no need to, like, pull them out of that by being
Right.
like, why are you laughing? You can't be laughing right now.
Because, like, the best thing you're going to get out of that, too, is, like, they explain it, and the best scenario is that you have a slight chuckle.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not... It's the power of the laughter is, like, it's so in the moment that it just doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be explained.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You ready?
Wow, how did we get there? We are...
No living the life of a victim and saying, obviously I will be upset. Obviously I will get angry. No, choice. Choice. And when we have a choice, we will always choose a healthy option. Healthy option. So I am the creator of my every thought and feeling. Happiness depends on the choice I make when situations and people are not my way.
This is a weird thing.
Yeah.
I had this thought just come in that I was going to start one of these reactions. It's weird. I'll have a thought of, like, what's the funniest way I could start? Like, we click unpause. We click play on a reaction What's the funniest thing I can do? And, or just like, what do I say? You know, it'll be like a certain episode and there's something that I would really want to say about it.
Yeah.
And it never really like, I've been trying not to follow those thoughts anymore. I don't know why they pop up, but they do. And the one for this one and the one before it was like, this is a no BS reaction. Like, I'm all business today. God. I didn't know why. Yeah, this is a weird one. But that's how this feels. Like the teaching right now.
What does it feel like?
Feels like a no like make you feel comfortable type teaching. No crap. No crap in this teaching.
Yeah, she's like, no, not that, this.
No,
not that.
Yeah. It's not even like she's working you to get there. She's like, no, we're there. You are in control. That's it.
That's all.
Happiness depends on the thought I create when people and situations are not my way. If she says something to me right now which I don't like, if I start creating a thought, how could she say this to me? How could she do this to me? Nobody loves me. Nobody respects me. I've chosen hurt. And then I say another line, I'm never going to forget it. I've chosen hurt for a lifetime. It's a choice. Now if I say what she said was her perspective, her sanskar, or her mood just now, what have I chosen? What have I chosen? I've chosen stability. I've chosen healing in that relationship. Even if I create hurt, then also I have a choice for how long to remain hurt. Even if I create hurt, I have a choice for how long. 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 30 days, 30 years, 30 lifetimes. Which means for how long to hold on to that. How long to hold on to that?
I guess the power might be in our hands then. Or something.
That's your daily dose of freedom right there.
Can that be a new Universal Bars thing? Like it comes across the screen like daily dose of freedom.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Right.
Let's go. You have something?
I wish I did.
First few times,
Not
we
really.
need the 10 seconds. Because this one is practiced since... Never mind, 10 seconds.
What?
I like this gesture
Yes.
that she just did.
Yes.
Because it made me... She said, like, because the mind is practiced. And almost like the mind, when it experiences something, is like grab onto it. And that's like our practice that we've been doing throughout our whole life. It's like, oh, this is mine now. This pain, that's mine now.
Whoa.
This thing, it's mine now.
Well, that's good.
But it's like, and then you have, but if you can, in that, someone said this a while ago. Oh, I think it was one of those like new age, Aaron Dotree, like a very new agey
Yes.
YouTuber.
Very good.
But he brought up this book that's been fascinating me at one point. Didn't read the book, literally just listened to the thing that he said on it. But that how animals deal with trauma, like after they get chased, like there's some psychologist who wrote this book.
Yeah.
That when they're in like a near-death situation, what they'll do afterwards is like shake vigorously for like a certain amount of time once they're like safe. And it's almost like they shake off the trauma. And then what was really interesting about that was that I heard that after having watched a few horror movies recently at the time. And after I watched them, I was like so messed up by them that I went outside and literally just like made noises and like went like this and stuff as if I was like getting like energy off of me. And then I saw that like 3 days later and I was like, is that like just my animalistic response of like a way to deal with trauma? But then she's saying here, you have that like 10-second gap of like, I'm allowed to shake that off. You know, like, this doesn't have to happen. This happens, but then you have the second where you can be like, wait a second.
Oh my gosh. That just related so well to like my experience in general. And it's like not necessarily like a thing that feels right to talk about, but my goodness, I've been realizing that this is my roundabout way of talking about it.
Yeah.
I've realized that there's no way, through experience, that there's no reason to feel bad about something. Like something that you've done or something that someone else did, whatever. Because there's that moment when you've been doing it, and then there's a little bit of space all of a sudden, and then you realize, you're like, oh my gosh, I just did that. That was terrible. Or I've been feeling so bad. And then, just like I was saying in last episode, it's the chop. That's what the shake is.
Yeah.
That is what the shake is. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. There have been like things that have happened that's allowed me to just like to do that instantly. And like that's been the most helpful thing in my practice. Like anxiety, chop. Excitement, chop. It's like once you're aware of it, that's when the reminders come into play.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you have that ability to chop, I don't know why I'm calling it chop, but it just feels right.
Yeah.
It's like
I know what you're saying.
It means a lot more than that. That's like the only word I can use, but it means so much more than that. If you have that ability to do that instantly, it's as if you just need to remind yourself to do it throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so she's just saying a very similar thing of...
Yeah, she's like, remind yourself of this all the time.
Remind yourself of this all the time. So set up in your life in a way that just reminds you of that thing. So whenever you see a certain thing, whenever you do a certain action that you do every day, it's a reminder. You're like, oh yeah, right, chop. You know?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I like it.
Feel bad? 10 seconds. Why did she say this to me? Because her perspective released.
Ah.
But did she have to say it in front of everyone? At least she should have said it when I was alone. 10 seconds. Her choice, her perspective.
Woo!
Acha, okay. I have to start teaching my mind to be happy. I have to start teaching my mind to release, to let go. But I have been teaching my mind for many, many years. Don't forget what she said.
Oh, man. Oh, look at this woman right here. She was like shaking her head like, woo! Yeah, dude. Could you imagine Eli and I in an audience like this? Like listening to an enlightened teacher, we'd be like, oh yeah, keep going. Universal bars. And then like one of our subscribers would be in the back right corner like, where's the snake? I need snake.
Where's the snake?
Where's the snake? Snake?
Snake's back there somewhere.
He was coiled.
Coiled in the jungle.
Coiled snake.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Nice
Hello,
to see you.
snake.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No, really nothing to be said.
Yeah, nothing to
that
be
was
said.
just incredible.
She laid it out.
Yeah, she laid it out.
And
Thanks
then
for
I have been
repeating.
teaching my mind, no need to be nice to her next time. And then I taught my mind, if I am always nice to people, people start taking me for granted. I taught it a different language altogether. And then I taught my mind, what is the reason to be nice to people who are not nice to me? And it obeyed my every instruction. It obeyed my every instruction. And today my life is only a manifestation of all the instructions that my mind obeyed.
Yo.
Oh.
That reminds me of KRS-One, my all-time favorite rapper.
Yes.
But in a speech I heard him giving one time,
Yeah.
he goes, I took my youth seriously, so now as an adult I can play.
Ooh.
And it's like, it's the fact that you have this power to train in how you want to be,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, every day is just this chance
Yes.
at building, because it's like you start doing a practice like stretching,
Yeah.
like physical side of yoga, or working out, or eating healthy, or doing this stuff with your mind. Like all of it is just moving yourself towards a healthier way of life.
Yes.
And in like the first 2 weeks it like feels a little weird, but after that it becomes what you want to
Just
do.
what you do, yeah.
And it's just like,
oh, yeah.
it's just like, you're literally, those lines always come back to me, where it's like, you're literally just setting yourself up. You're building, it's like manifestation.
Of yourself.
Yeah. Of what you, want to be.
That's incredible.
You know?
Cool thing too is there can be a fear of like, once I get it, will it go away at some point? But there's that Eckhart Tolle line that's also landed well with my experience of awakening is not something you forget. It's something that comes up and it feels like literally I could not turn away from it if I wished.
Yeah.
I could not possibly turn away from this no matter what happened. No matter what happened. You know, because then there's always that fear of like, what if I sink back? Or I guess there really isn't for me. But the fear could be there of what if I sink back into it's like a thought that's come up for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's always hard to come up with words. At least it's becoming harder to come up with words now that I'm becoming more aware of how dumb they are. The way I say them.
Yeah, it's you that's dumb.
It's me.
Not me.
It's me that's...
Hey,
I'm the dumb
You
one.
got 10 seconds to release that. Are you going to hold it, or are you going to release it? Good.
What the heck was I saying?
We should just like diss you guys a bunch, say really mean things as a practice. And then you just need to take it and release it.
We're all over the place right now. Jeez.
You're stupid.
Take it. 8, 9, 10, it's gone. Chop.
Good. Let's go.
Nice.
All right.
Love you.
And then we start giving it a new set of instructions. And it's my mind.
The play continues.
And today when I tell my mind, her choice, my mind says, sure. And then I tell my mind, yes, her perspective. She said that way. Then my mind asks me, you sure you don't want to feel bad about it? No. It will obey. It will ask me 2-3 times because it has to change the programming. No?
Yes.
Just be firm. Within few days, people's opinion will make. And that does not mean I become indifferent. It just means my state of being is not dependent on their energy. I have finished the freedom struggle.
Woo!
I'm finishing that struggle inside. So I am the creator of my every thought and feeling. My feelings are not dependent on people and situations. It's dependent on how I respond to the people and situations. People cannot be my way. I taught my mind that expectation is natural.
Is this a tooth? No, I didn't see the face. But I'm more confused now that I saw the face.
It's a kitty cat.
It's a kitty cat.
I think this was my uncle's stuffed animal as a kid.
Wow.
I just found it while cleaning up things the other day.
Incredible.
Now it's here. Don't call it a tooth. Now, be free. Alright, let's keep going.
taught my mind, no, expectation is natural. Is it natural to expect people to be my way?
Ooh.
Is it natural to expect people to be my way? Is it natural?
Wait a second. Who is this man behind her?
Yeah.
This-
I
this
kind of just accepted it, but didn't really question it too much.
This is looking like some sort of weird game show that's about to
Yeah. Like the spotlight's about to light up on him. He's about to be like, and for our next
And
contestant,
you've won freedom!
everyone's like, not yet.
Give me a few days of practice.
Give me a few days of practice.
Wow.
It is incredible, though, what happens when you start doing stuff like that. Because I feel like other people, when I explain to them that process, that's their first question is like, well, or sometimes I question myself as well, is, well, then are you really listening? Like, it feels like some people almost wish that they could make me feel a certain way. Does that make sense? Like, people have said that to me, like, well, I guess, I mean, I'll say like, I won't take anything you say personally. Like, you really could just say anything to me. And ideally, like, if that is my problem, if I take it personally.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, like, there's like a bit of hesitation there. Like,
It's like, do you not care about
do you
me?
not
Like,
care
do you
about
not
me?
care about
Yes,
my opinion?
Exactly. And
But that's where she goes, we don't become indifferent.
exactly.
It's just that your state of being is free.
Exactly. Like, you listen to everything that the person says because you love them. That's attention. There is not, however, a shift. Like, you don't start feeling bad. You're not dependent on them. You listen to everything, you take it in the moment, and you respond in your way. But that doesn't need to stick with you for days and days. It's like, if you hear something, you feel like it's the truth, internalize that, and it's like, it's the truth, or it's not the truth, not my truth, and that's it. There doesn't need to be anything more done about it. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Simple as that, isn't it?
Is it fair? Is it fair? Yeah? Before you get married, you should tell the other person, I expect you to be my way for the next. Nobody will marry you.
That hurts. I'm going to let it go.
We should be clear in our communication if we have those expectations. I expect you to be my way. How? How is it possible? We just need to pause and ask ourselves every day. Give advice? Yes. Share your opinion? Yes. Keep sharing it every day. But you can't expect them to change to be your way. Give them advice to change to be what is comfortable for them, not what is comfortable for. Because sometimes what is comfortable for you is different from what is comfortable for me. But I say, please change so that I can be happy. Please change so that you can be happy. People will be ready to change. But if we say it so that I will be happy, it's not to happen. So expectations is normal or acceptance is normal? Expectation normal or acceptance normal? So change the programming every day. I accept people the way they are. I accept each one the way they are. That does not mean I will not give advice, I will not share my opinion, I will not give an instruction. I accept means I don't get disturbed because of who you are. I accept. Because I cannot afford to get disturbed because of everyone who's different from me, because almost everyone is going to be different from me.
And so that made me think of the word disturbed. You mentioned in the last episode with the Rupert Spira video the word sensitivity.
Yeah.
And for the first time, sensitive, I had a more true definition of what sensitive is. It's like being aware of your senses. And what she was just saying here, disturbed. Because disturbed, at least my mind, I won't even say at least, because I was about to say you. No, I don't know what you think. And then at least my mind goes to the place of, when I hear disturbed, of bad, of darkness, disturbed.
Yeah.
Upset. But disturbed could just mean wavering anywhere. You know? Disturbed could mean you say something. You say something about a party this weekend, and I'm like, oh, yes. That's disturbed. That's the same as you say something, and I sink into a sadness. Same thing. It's just a disturbing of your state of being. It could even be something that you think of as joyous. I think that's been a really big one for me. Is that to have one, you need the other. It's like Ram Dass says, I'll give you everything's vital, but you have to give me everything's also empty. I know you don't want to. It's like talking to the audience. I know you don't want to, but you have to give me empty. If you want vital, you also need empty.
Because it's like, if you are ever going to have any sort of power over things, you need to first understand like never mind, that wasn't there was something there.
Universal bars.
that hurts.
10 seconds?
Yeah. No, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Doesn't he? Doesn't even need 10 seconds. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Look. Chidu.
So I have to teach my mind, I accept you the way you are. Earlier programming was, I will be happy when they are my way. Just 2 languages. 2 separate instructions. Change the instruction, mind will obey. Being happy always will become normal way of living. When we start meditation means teaching our mind to think the right way.
Did you hear when she said living?
Yeah.
She was like, living. I was like, Osho? Is that you?
She just goes, living.
Yeah. Doesn't blink for the rest of the episode. All of a sudden, like a pink fuzzy hat just like shows up on her head.
Rolex.
Yeah, Rolex. The big like emperor chair.
She just turns. Yeah.
That is no goal. That was terrible.
That wasn't bad. I couldn't do better than that.
It could be better than that.
Yeah.
I'll work on it. I'll work on my Osho impression. I'll get back
That's
to
a
you.
good voice to have in the bag.
That's a great voice to have in the bag. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Meditation.
Yes.
The point of meditation, she's saying, is to
Train your mind
to think
the right way.
the right way.
Right way being, I guess, your definition of right.
Yeah.
Not bad.